thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to speak today on training. It's not often that I'm not in over my head in the middle of doing something and able to hop on, at least lately. With so much going on and so much with the packaging and the shipping and just getting people acquainted with the process, and of course training on the back end of things. Even though you guys don't see me on the forefront, I'm still working on the back end, always, always, always. But um powerful training so far, Albert. Some very valid points. I really like the way that you sandwiched things in today. It made training really, really interesting and fun. But I'm not going to take up much time because I do know that um, we've already been on here for almost an hour. However, I want to give you guys some really, really dope points, or I would say some really, really some steps to the road to diamond and ranking up, because I shared this same stuff with the Zambia, Namibia, Zimbabwe, team that we have building over in Africa. And I think that these same steps are very valid and should and can be used anywhere. But just recently we had a training and Albert said, that was amazing. Hop on and share it with everybody. So, I'm always going to share with any and everybody who's willing to receive and willing to take on whatever we teach and apply it. Like, that's the one thing that has to be a consistent. You can't learn something on these trainings and hear something and then not apply it. That's one of the major points where people mess up in this business. Like Albert said, deciding to do something and actually doing it are two different things. So we can sit here and talk until we're blue in the face and give you guys all types of tips and tools and steps to be successful. And I could sit here and tell you forwards and backwards over and over what I did to make $40,000 in retail sales in 1 year. Or to make 50,000 in the entire year by maximizing the binary pay too. But if I tell you what I did and you don't apply what I did, then what use is it? What use is the information that you're going to get? So first and foremost, when I was at that point that I had a very large growing team in the US, these were the steps that I used. Okay. So again, apply these and you guys will be off to the races for the month of September. I know a lot of you guys are excited, super excited about the Dubai promo. This was actually the year that I won an all expense paid to Dubai, which many of you are going to have the opportunity to do in these months to come. So these things are the things that I did. These things were the things that I mastered. These things were the things that excelled my Vida Divina career. These things were the things that allowed me to be the top recruiter, bringing in 30 people in 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, actually. Like, these were the things that got me to Dubai and beyond. Okay. So the number one or first thing I say to do is to make sure that when you bring partners into this business, this a lot of people mess up here. They bring people into the business. They see we have these growing and developing group chats. They drop them in the chats and then they disappear from helping and guiding them. You guys want to make sure that you're always, always showing and growing your leaders and your new people. You cannot bring somebody into the business and then walk away from them. Okay. Make sure that they know how to sell product. Make sure that they know how to market product. Make sure that they are well versed in the product. Make sure they learn their back office. Make sure they even go to the Vida Divina website and pull up the product descriptions and become well versed in the product and what the products do. The way that I was able to sell as much product as I sold in that year was because I joined the business that April, and it wasn't even an entire year. I started in April of that year, so it wasn't even a whole 12 calendar months. I started in April, and I went into my back office and learned every single item and product in the back office. Now, I'm not saying you have to know every ingredient to every product, because that's a little far fetched. The ingredients are there if you need to revert back to them to tell somebody what's in it, but learn the products. That is the first and foremost, most important part in being a master at selling. You have to know what you're selling. You have to know what's available to you to sell. You have to know how these products work hand in hand and which ones work best with one another. You also always have to sell tea. That is the bread and butter and a flagship product of this business. Selling tea gives people that foundation that they need so that everything else that you sell them will work. Okay, so don't ever sell products without the T. That's the most important thing. Bring your new partners in, and before they do anything, before they even go in and try to sell these other products and ask a million questions to you about how these products work, make sure that they themselves know the products. That's just like going to school for a job or for an education on computer engineering. And because you like computers and because you know math, you think like, oh, I can just go in and build a whole computer system. No way. You have to read. You have to learn. You have to learn the ins and outs about these computers and everything else before you can become a computer engineer and be a proficient at it. It's no different with the products. You can't just come in and say, somebody sold me tea. It worked for me. I'm going to just go sell tea and then start selling stuff in the back office without knowing what those items are. So that is your number one. If I can give you any advice, it's going to be to learn the products. Learn the products. Learn what they do. Aisha, who was my mentor or leader at the time, still is, she said to me, if you're not sure what something does, Google the ingredients in the product and see how those ingredients correlate to what it is that somebody is looking for. So if somebody is looking for something to help with inflammation of the joints or maybe arthritis and those types of things, Google the ingredients that are in a product. If you're thinking that that product may help them, Google the ingredients from that product to see what those ingredients do for the body. And then before you know it, you will be so well versed on these products, the ingredients, and what they can do for the body that you will be selling the products like hotcakes. Because somebody can come to you with an ailment or tell you something that they've been suffering with, and you can say, oh, you know what? I have a product that I think may help you. And before you know it, you've sold them an entire bundle or a combo of products as opposed to just selling detox tea. That is your number one way to increase your income as it relates to retailing, because I never just sell tea. I'm always looking for an opportunity to sell more. One of the prime questions that I ask to customers or clients or people that are inquiring about my products, when they say, "Hey, how much is your detox tea?" or "What is your or how much are your products?" or what I say, "Oh, hi, how are you? Which products are you referring to? Are you looking for just tea or are you looking for some supplements too?" And then they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you had supplements. What else do you have?" And that opens the door for you to be able to introduce people to all your products. Okay. I always also like to ask people this number one key question is, what are your health or weight loss goals? Because not everybody's looking to lose weight. Some people are looking for things to help with overall health and well-being. So if you ask them what are your health and weight loss goals, people will tell you what they're looking to do. You can't assume everybody just wants to lose belly fat and want to get rid of 5 pounds. That's not always the case. Some people want to lose 30 pounds. Some people want to lose 50 pounds. Some people want to come off of high blood pressure medicine. Some people want to reduce their diabetes numbers and things. So you want to know exactly what people need so you can offer them the product that helps or that's geared towards exactly what they need. And in doing that, again, you open yourself up to the opportunity to sell more than just tea or more than just one pack of tea or more than just one bundle of tea. Okay. And then that in turn, once these people tell you what they need, another question I ask, and I hope you guys are writing these questions down and taking notes because you're getting some really, really good jewels here, okay? Once they tell me, yes, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm looking to do health-wise, I ask them, what is your budget to help improve your health? And I say that in all sincerity. Ask them a budget. Everybody knows already in their mind what they're looking to spend on their health. And if you are anything like me, I would rather spend $200 or $250 on a combo that can help me to improve my health as opposed to spending $2,000 or $2,500 on a medical procedure that I had to get because I omitted to take care of myself health wise. So which one would people rather do? I believe people would rather get these products to help them than to have to go to a hospital and spend on hospital bills. Okay. So don't underestimate what people have to spend. Don't think for somebody else. Don't look at somebody and say that they've been out of work. They don't really have the money, because when your health is involved, people will spend what they feel will help, the amount of money they think that will help them, as opposed to having to be bedridden or in a hospital or even dying because of an ailment or a sickness that they have. Okay. So that's one thing. If I could give you guys any more tips, because again, I know we're a little pressed for time. We're a little over the 5 o'clock mark. Um, Daily opportunity calls from leaders. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of that. Albert does the call consistently Monday through Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Do not miss an opportunity call. Opportunity calls are not for um, affiliates as much as they are for your prospects. Okay, it's okay to jump on the call because of course we want affiliates on there to support the cause, but it is not okay to not invite prospects to the calls daily and have calls where we have 15 people on it and it's nothing but affiliates. The calls are not for the affiliates. The calls are for prospects. So every single day you want to make an honest effort to talk to people. The more people you talk to, the more business you get. The more business you get, the more potential partners you have, the more people you're going to get to agree to hop onto an opportunity call. These calls are very informative. They are used for your benefit so that you do not have to continue to explain things that you may not be well versed in. And sometimes having diarrhea of the mouth is worse than not knowing anything at all. You may go on a rangent or a tantrum, actually telling somebody more than what you need to. These opportunity calls are geared to help grow your business in a way that these people get exactly what they need. They get a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of jelly, the bread, to put it all together and make a decision on if they're going to be hungry enough to eat it or pass on it because they're too good for peanut butter and jelly. Okay, don't have diarrhea of the mouth. Don't scare people away by giving them too much or too little. Invite them to the opportunity calls. Use it for your benefit, okay? Also, if you're looking to rank up, doing the minimum 120 PV every month is not going to cut it. I learned that the hard way myself. There was a point where when I was first about to hit silver, guess what? I missed the mark on that month of hitting silver. You want to know why? Because I geared my thought process to be, I just needed to do a minimum of 120 every single month and nothing more. And what happened to me was, although I was ordering under other accounts, don't tell anybody, but I only did 120 on my own personal account. And guess what? Remember, as you advance in these ranks, the 120 PV is not enough. You need 160 or more to hit silver for it to count, to qualify. Okay. So I missed the mark my very first time trying to hit silver because I fell short and I didn't do my part to make sure that I had enough PV personally in order to hit that silver rank. So what we've come to develop, and this plan is working. It is working, and I'm seeing people rank up faster than I've ever seen people rank up in doing this. When you enter this business, even if you enter on a starter bundle of 18 packs of tea, let's just say hypothetically you spent everything that you had and that was all you can afford to enter, okay? I know a lot of our Nigeria team and other teams, they are not doing these small bundles, okay? They're bringing people in these master 192 bundles and 96 bundles. They're not doing the baby bundles, as we would call them. However, no hard feelings or no shots at anybody who does, okay? Because we get a lot of people who come in at the 18 packs. If you do, set yourself up in a way that your business is still successful, even with starting with the 18 pack starter bundle, okay? What you do is you come in with the 18. You sell that 18 if that's what you could afford to come in with. When you sell that, you do not spend that money. It is not yours. Don't look immediately to be able to recoup what you've put in as an investment for this business. Because when you think about it, hypothetically speaking, a business that you start, any business that you start, generally, you don't see a profit in your business for at least a year or two out, depending on the type of business that you're starting, okay? And usually you're not starting a business with 3 products or even 18 products. If you're going to start a business, a boutique, whatever you have, you're going to have more than 3 bundles or more than 18 packs or 18 items in your store or your business, okay? So think about it as you're already starting with the bare minimum. Don't shoot yourself in the foot before you can get yourself off running, okay? So when you sell those 18 packs, do not use that money. Although it may look good, you may feel like I have to pay some bills, I have some things to do. Do not use it. Look at it as if you do not have it, as if it does not exist, as if you still have to wait a year out to be able to see some money that you can spend. But when you see it, it is going to be so bountiful and so plentiful in the money that you see that you're going to be able to take care of yourself and your family for the rest of your life. That's how you need to look at this. If you can go with that mindset for the first 90, I'm going to even say 30 days, because again, we're in a pandemic. I know people are kind of pressed to be able to make money for their families and to recoup some things. If you can look at this business with a long sight and a long lens for at least 30 to 90 days, you are going to be so successful and even more successful than you could have ever imagined if you give yourself that time to grow your business. When you start with that 18 packs, you sell that 18 packs, you do not touch the money. All of that money should be reinvested into your business to grow it even larger. When you reinvest off of that 18 packs, you want to buy 48 packs because that's how much that money will allow you to be able to buy. Okay. And moving forward, when you buy that 48 packs, if you need to use some of that, then okay, do it. If not, do not touch it. Okay. Reinvest it again and rebuy more tea with that. Okay. Some of you guys are like, listen, I can't go that far out. I'm going to be realistic about this because I already know how some of you guys are. If you absolutely positively have to touch the money from the 48, okay. When you order that 48 packs after you sell your first 18, you take and you reorder 48 more with the first 18 you sell out of that 48 bundle. You order 48 more packs. That way, your tea supply is steadily growing, and you still are able to use some of your money, if necessary, to pay something, to buy groceries or whatever it is. You better think that it needs to be something that is very, very, very a necessity and not just you playing around with the money. So make sure that when you do decide to use it, it's really a necessity. Don't lie to yourself. The only person you're gonna cheat is yourself if you lie to yourself about why you're spending the money, especially if it's not a necessity. Okay, so you get that 18, you sell it. When you sell it, you buy 48. When you buy that 48, your first 18 packs that you sell, you rebuy another 48. Okay, with the 30 packs that are left, if it's necessary, sell it, buy whatever you need to buy. However, you already have 48 packs on the way again, okay? Or you have 48 packs that you can pick up immediately. The next time you sell 18 out of that 48, your first 18, you buy 48 more. This is how you continue to put at minimum 320 PV into your binary legs each and every month, multiple times a month. There is no reason why you should ever run out of tea if you use that system. There is no reason why you guys are not ranking up to at least apprentices, supervisors, and bronzes within the same month if everybody's using that system. What I'm finding is that everybody's not using that system. If everybody would work together, one team, one dream, one vision, work together to help someone else. Because when you work together to help someone else, you help yourself inadvertently. You're going to automatically help yourself in doing that. Okay. Order the 48, sell your first 18, order another 48. When that 48 comes, you sell your first 18, you order another 48. When that 48 comes, you sell your first 18, you order another 48. So if in the in between time, you have to use some of the profits from the other 30 bundles or so, you have the leeway to do that without missing a beat, without being short of product, and without the points and the volume that you need. If you guys do that each and every time, because some of you guys I'm learning are selling your products in one day. You're getting your bundles of tea, especially at 18, and you're selling them. If you're anything like me, all of my products were sold before I even got them in my hand. I ordered I believe I made like $1,200 in retail sales in my first 2 or 3 days in the business, literally. And that was profit. That was off of the profit of selling the bundles, okay? Because I was out of the product before it hit my hands. And if this is you, you need to make sure that you're supplying yourself so that you always have product. Because if you don't have product, then you're stopping your cash flow. I don't know about you, but I want to keep my cash flow coming in. So make sure that you guys are always doing that. If you have not utilized your social media for what it is intended to be, use it as the amazing platform that it is. Join various social media groups. Flood those groups with testimonials, with pictures of flood those with testimonials, flood those with pictures, before and after pictures, flood those with things that are going to bring you more business. Okay. Don't get in the habit of hopping on these social media sites or in these rooms and these groups that you've joined and just post and buy my tea, buy my tea, buy my tea. That's not how you sell the tea. You want to give them some type of value, because the value that you give them is what's going to be able to sell your product even more. Give value. Me seeing a before and after picture of somebody is going to make me inquisitive, and it's going to make me say, hey, I need to go check this out and see what it is that they have to offer, because this looks really good. I'm really excited or happy about this, that I'm able to see. Um, from these people. I'm really, really excited about this. I'm excited about these results. Let me inquire within and see what this is all about. But when you just post tea or post the front of your tea, you are sabotaging yourself. Because if I see somebody post a tea and say, hey, you can lose up to 5 or 10 pounds in the first week of drinking it, but you've already posted the front of the tea pack and you've already shown me what it is that you're selling, I'm not going to come to you and buy it. Especially if I see you posted and I see you posted with a price, and then I can Google and go find it somewhere else. Even if where I'm Googling to find it is a misrepresentation and it's not authentic, I wouldn't know that. I'm just going to go look and say, well, Susie is selling it over here for $75 for 6 packs. But when I go on abcxyz.com, they're selling it for $50 for those same 6 packs. Let me buy it from there. Do not give people the ammunition to go buy your product from somewhere else, even if they should not be buying it from there, because we already know any purchase outside of an actual affiliate or an affiliate's website is inauthentic. It is not authentic product. But again, people don't know that. Don't self-sabotage yourself by giving your money and your product away to somebody else, or for business for somebody else. One thing that people do, and it's a major thing that they do, is they come into the business and they see somebody else doing something and they automatically jump onto what they're doing instead of hopping onto these trainings and getting the information firsthand from us that tells them exactly what it is they need to know about how to sell their product properly. You are self-sabotaging when you are putting the picture of the Tay Divina Detox tea on your page. You're self-sabotaging when you are writing the price that you're selling the tea for on your page, because you have to think others who are also doing the same thing, who may not be in your downline or who may not be in your team or your region, they're going to see your price and say, oh, I can beat that. I'm going to market to her customers, or I'm going to go behind her back and message everybody who commented on her post asking for the product and tell them I can sell it to you for $5 cheaper. Don't do that. You're self-sabotaging yourself. So make sure that when you're promoting and you're giving testimonials, and you're giving testimonials, and you're giving yourself, and you're giving value to the product, because that alone is going to help you sell the product. Make sure you guys are becoming a product of it as well, because people want to try what they trust. And if they trust you, and these are people who know you and trust you, they're going to buy the product solely based on the fact that they see you using it and they see you getting results. When I sold what I sold and I made that money that I made, I lost 33 pounds in the first 5 weeks of me drinking the tea and using the products. So I had my own before and after pictures. I became my own testimony. So my results and my income was also predicated on people trusting me and my own testimony. It's okay to make money off of somebody else's testimony, but when you do it off your own, it means so much more, because I can really speak to what the product did for me, how it made me feel. If I had cramping, if I didn't have cramping, when I increased my water, what it did for me, when I decreased my water, what happened to me. You can speak to something when you've tried it for yourself, okay? Create flyers. Get creative, guys. Everything you do may not always be able to be on social media. Be creative. Create flyers. Promote outside of social media. Walk around. A lot of people have things have been lifted. If you're still in a country where things are locked down, be creative. Get creative about how you promote your business. Follow up with your customers. That's another major thing. And I promise you guys, I'm gonna let y'all go, because I know Alva's probably like kicking and screaming over there because I'm still going. But follow up with your customers. That's another major piece. 48 hours. Don't let 48 hours go by without following up with your customers. Because one thing I personally hate is if somebody sells me something, and it's a used product, something like what we sell, and they don't check on me to make sure that it was successful, that I did it right, that it was made how I enjoyed it. I love to be able to see a survey after I've patronized the business, or I've brought something and they say, hey, how was your experience? Did you like it? Can any feedback? You want to get that, because you following up with them says to them two things. They didn't just sell me a product to make money off of me, and they actually care about my results. Me, you caring about their results and them feeling like you didn't just make them a sale to make money will make somebody come back. It'll make somebody who only brought one pack of tea from you initially say, hey, you know what? Let me get three more or four more, or let me just go ahead and buy a month's supply now because I'm ready to be serious about this thing because what you said really came to pass. I'm really down 5 pounds. I trust you. I believe you. I believe in you. And now I don't mind supporting your business even more. Okay. So make sure that you follow up with people. Following up with people builds those genuine relationships that people are looking for, and you will get repeat customers and or potential business partners in doing so. Okay, guys. Lastly, rinse and repeat everything I just said. When you get partners, tell them everything you know. Feed them. Don't ever look at them as like your competition. Your partners, even if you guys are in the same region, even if you live next door to each other, you should partner up with them and make your businesses even massive together. Work together with your partners. If you teach them everything that you know and give them all the tips and the tools that you have to be successful, everything that you've ever learned in this business, if you relay that to them when they join, you will build a mighty, mighty team of leaders and people that are just as powerful as you are. Every single detail that you felt like you wanted to know when you started the business, release that and relinquish that and give it to your team as they come under you, and you guys will have a mighty, mega business as a team. Okay, so Dubai. Dubai was more than I could have ever imagined that it would be. I've always wanted to go. It was always on my bucket list of places to go. And with me being a person who loves and enjoys traveling, I've been out of the country several times, but never as far as Dubai. And so when I was informed that I won the incentive, I was like over the moon excited. And so for me, even the drive to the airport that day, my anxiety was through the roof because again, I did not know what to expect. Um, Even boarding the airplane, and being able to get on this massive plane, because of course this plane going to Dubai was way larger than any other plane I'd ever been on. I was able to see and experience the first class, and how there were actually beds laid out there and televisions and just all sorts of things. And and then I get to my seat and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. This is great. A flat screen TV in front of me on the seat in front of me, and I'm watching Black Panther, which had literally just released like maybe a week or two before. They had all these brand new movies on for free. And so I'm like, oh wow, I get to watch all these movies on my trip. And so it was a long flight for us. I think the first leg of the flight, we took 12 hours to get from here to Saudi Arabia, which is where we laid over. And then we left from Saudi Arabia to get to Dubai, which was like maybe another 4 hours. So altogether, it was a 16-hour flight. But when I say, guys, even the flight experience was immaculate because I was able to sleep. I was able to watch these movies. And before you know it, we were there. Like it was really, they fed us like all these meals and stuff. I'm like, I ain't never ate like this on a plane. Like normally I get your little regular peanuts and pretzels and things like that on the flights. It was great. Like they fed us full course meals, like maybe like 3 or 4 meals in the 12-hour time. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Like they were like really waiting on us hand and foot. Okay, we get to Dubai. And then that's where the real magic started, guys. So the hotel in which we stayed at was amazing. There was a pool on the rooftop, amazing. Everything about it, a restaurant inside. It was really, really beautiful. Just even the hotel space where we stayed. Albert literally, like when I say he laid out the red carpet for everybody, he did. I mean, the itinerary was jam packed with action. We did the marina boat cruise, which is I think that's where we were on our way to in this picture here. Yeah, we were at the marina. So we did the marina dinner cruise where dinner everything was already paid for us. There were so many activities and things and a show going on the cruise. He had like photographers, videographers. They were recording and taking pictures, and transportation everywhere we went. We did the desert safari. So we did like the truck things that like, oh my God, like like drives you around in the desert, and it was like so crazy and so exhilarating. Like the experience was something like nothing I've ever experienced before. Only to get to the dinner spot where we had dinner on the desert There was like fire breathers and performers and things there. It was amazing, like to experience the culture. On top of that, we also did the camel ride. So we rode the camels then as well. We did the aqua adventure park. Like it was so many things for us to do. Albert rented out a yacht, a private yacht. So we had an all white party on the yacht. We he rented out a rooftop spot where we actually had celebrated Aisha's birthday. Everybody had all black for that. We all did the rooftop. It was amazing. Like when I say that he really puts a lot of thought and energy into making sure that everybody is taken care of and the trip is a fun filled, fun packed experience for everybody to enjoy. It really, really was. Like it really, really was. We really had a good time. We had team trainings during the trip as well. So everything wasn't all fun. However, the trainings were fun. They were even fun because we had dinner with those trainings. So he fed us good. We ate really good. So the trainings were really, really good. They were really informative. And then you can imagine being in a space with 30, 40 people, because it might have been about 40 of us or something, and everybody's excited. Everybody is excited to be on this trip. Everybody's excited to experience the things that we're experiencing. Everybody's excited about the growth of their business and where they'll go when they come back. And I guarantee you, everybody who experienced that trip, their business is darn almost double by the time they got back because they were so excited about life and business and everything else. The trip was very refreshing. We were there for about 8 days or so, I think. When we went, I think we stayed some extra days. But really, really fun, guys. We went to the mosque. Oh, I forgot about that. Like in Abu Dhabi, like we traveled all around. We went to Dubai Mall. The ice skating thing is there, like they have the largest mall in like the world. Like you guys, it's an experience. I don't even want to give you everything because we actually did some other things too. I don't know what he planning to put on the itinerary this time, but even if he puts everything I mentioned on the itinerary, you guys will enjoy it just like you've never heard me say it because it is just that much fun. That much fun, guys. You want to be in Dubai.